doing, folks? Papa Joe here. Turn that AC down. I don't know why I'm reading so much of the Bible tonight. I've gone quite a while without it. Not for any particular reason other than I've been busy making a living of earthly things. Which, you know, we've been warned about that. And I hope the good Lord don't think it's my love of the world and money and all that. I just try to make a living. You know, and he told us, he that don't work, don't let him eat. I'm a good sized fella, I like to eat. It really helps you to work. But I'm still in Matthew, covering the end times. And Jesus told several parables to answer the disciples on the end times. And I've been reading them, and I find them interesting. And I want to share them with y'all. And I have started storing away some of these videos so I don't just hammer you with a bunch of them tonight. So I'm making them, and I'm putting them private on the YouTube channel so that over the next couple of days I can release them. But I'm now on chapter 25. Matthew 25. The parable of the 10 virgins. We're starting at 1. At that time, and this is Jesus talking to us. Maybe that's why it's so interesting. I like the red letters. The red letters really stand out and tell you ought to pay attention. This is red letter stuff. Chapter 25, verse 1. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps, but did not take any oil with them. The wise ones, however, took oil in jars along with their lamps. The bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight the cry rang out, "Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out." "No," they replied, "there may not be enough for both us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later the others also came. "Lord, Lord," they said, "open the door for us." But he replied, "Truly I tell you, I don't know you. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour." Now I want to stop there. There's another parable following this. But he's telling us here the same thing that he was telling us in the other one. And that was to be ready. Be on top of your game and be ready. You know, he often compares him coming to get us as the bride and the bridegroom. The church, which is the people, not the building, is the bride, and he's coming for his bride. So, he's telling us, just like he ended it, let me just go down here where he ended it. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour. Same thing about he wants to come finding us doing our job. He wants us ready. He don't want us to be asleep or oil without lamp, us not doing our given job. He wants us to be ready. And he tells us that in every which way that he can. The parable of the bag of gold. I think I shared this one before, but I'm going to do it again. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey. That's Jesus talking. Who called his servants and entrusted his wealth to them. To one he gave 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and to another 1 bag, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more bags. So also the one with 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. But the man who had received 1 bag went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with these 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with 2 bags of gold also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Then the man who had received 1 bag of gold came. Master, he said, I knew that you were a hard man, harvesting where you had not sowed, gathering where you had not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvested where I have not sowed, gathered where I had not scattered seed. Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. So take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be giving more, and they who will have abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. You know, that sounds kind of hard. But then again, we've been warned for so long. What he's talking about here, what Jesus is talking about, is his love that he has shared upon us. He, in all the videos that I've done about sowing the seeds and all this stuff, spreading the word, he's constantly telling us that he wants us to spread the word, to spread his love, to tell about his story, his life, what he has done for us. Share the good news. Share the gospel. I don't care what you put on it. That's what he has always commanded us. Alright? So what this parable is talking about is 3 guys. One of them is, he went out and he just hammered it. I mean, he hit a home run. And Jesus like, cool dude. Remember when I was doing that one? And about the vines, and it said that some will do 10-fold, some will do 50-fold, some will do 100-fold. Well, that's what he's talking about. Well, this guy did the 100-fold. So he spread the word. He planted seeds and a lot came back to the Lord. All right, and it's the Lord's. Remember I told you when you planted seed, your job's done. Now it's the Lord's field. Well, he planted the seeds, and now all that's coming back to God. And he's like, cool dude, good and faithful man. Come on over here, we're going to celebrate. We got the party, the pigs on the barbecue. Well, the guy that only had 2, now he didn't bring back as much as the guy that had 5, but he still did his best. He still went out and did his job, and he brought him back 2 more bags of gold. So, you know, his field wasn't as big, but he still sowed seeds, and Jesus still reaped off of that field. The third one, 1 bag of gold, he's that Christian, that closet Christian I keep telling you about. He's the one that has received Jesus, the love of Jesus, the forgiveness of Jesus, but he don't want to go out and share. He's afraid of being politically correct. He's afraid of getting in trouble at work. He only wants to talk to other Christians. He don't want to talk to non-Christians, non-believers about Jesus Christ. So he's only burying it in the ground. He ain't doing nothing. Nothing. And Jesus is like, nah, that ain't good. I ain't happy with you. That's what I get out of it. What are you doing with that bag of gold? He gave us all a bag of gold. What are you doing with yours? Remember, we're talking about the end times. The bridegroom is coming back. Now, take each of these parables. Are you working? Are you doing your job that you're supposed to be doing? When he comes back, is he going to find you doing your work? Or are you going to be over yonder on your cell phone? Do you have the oil in the lamp? Are you being the light of the world? Are you holding the light up? Come on, bridegroom. Come on, Savior. Come on, Jesus. I'm over here. See my lamp? See my lamp? I'm the light of the world, Lord. I'm trying. Come on. Or is your candle going to go out? What'd you do with the bag of seed? Did you sow? Or did you just bury them in the ground because you're afraid to go? And he is going to be hard. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Remember that big screen TV up there? Big as the skies? There's part of it. Alright, now we're going to verse 31. This is getting a little bit long, but sorry. This is another good one. Well, everything Jesus told us was a good one. I already quit saying that, but I can't help it. The sheep and the goats. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from another, as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right side and the goats on his left side. Then the king will say to those on his right, come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you come to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothing and clothed you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Then he will say to those on his left, Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, you did not look after me. They also will answer, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or needing clothes or sick or in prison and did not help you? He will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me. Then they will go away to the eternal punishment, but the righteousness to eternal life. You know, that's a hard pill to swallow right there. Especially in this day of handouts and beggars. That's a hard one to comment on. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you know I have issues with some of this stuff because there's so many panhandlers out there. And there's places in the Bible that makes me think that he's talking about our Christian brothers and sisters. I don't know that he is. I don't know that he ain't. So that's really going to be something that each one of us on our own individual level has to address. But you just heard the word. You just heard what Jesus said. We know what he expects of us. How do we accomplish it? How do you accomplish it? I don't know yet how I'm going to accomplish it. It's something I've struggled with for a long time, so I can't give you a true definition. I've been to a point where I even had little packs of cheese crackers and viney sausages, stuff that people could open easy. And I just handed out the window to them when I seen them. But there's so many out here. There's so many. And there's so many that look like they better shape than I to go to work. But I don't know. I can't judge them. I don't know. That's that one right there. And it could be a deal breaker for all of us. Each and every one. So we all need to pray on that one. And I'm not going to, I'm not giving you no advice on what to do or what not to do. I don't know. That's a rough one. So with that, I'm going to tell you, God does love you. So do I. That's why I'm trying to share this word with you. I think you need to lay on that love of God a little bit and pray to him and ask him what he expects you to do about that. I think that's what I'm going to do. But there's 3 more of the parables. I think we've got a few more that he tells on this end times. And that's what all this is discussing, is the end times. So, hey, God loves you. So do I. Let me get this thing put online and put on hold for you. Good night.